Action.
All right, so this week we're working on the Darce choke from Top Turtle, and we're going to use the 3/4 Nelson to set it up. So let's just jump into it. So I've got Ashton here in turtle position. I've gotten behind the arms, and I'm going to apply the 3/4 Nelson and tilt him onto his side. So my top arm is going to come across the neck. I'm going to bring my right arm underneath and through. And my thumb here, this is just a big details. I don't want to fidget with my hand here after I've made my hand connection. So my thumb is pointed toward me, right? If I make a thumb, it's pointed back at me. And then I go palm to palm with a gable grip. Once I've got my gable grip, I'm going to pry down with my left arm and use my left leg to push. And I'm kind of like making him look at his knees, right? Just a little bit of a tilt. It's really only 90 degrees so that I can break him down onto his side. And once I get him broken down to his side, I'm just gonna walk a little bit closer down towards his hips. Okay, kind of getting my head close to his left hip here, which is going to enable me to get my right arm around the corner. Now, rather than disconnecting the hands and shoving my right arm underneath like I was taught to do initially, I'm gonna use my left hand to pull my right arm around the corner, right? I'm actually even gonna like flex my wrist down his back just a little bit. And now that I've got my arm underneath, I'm going to disconnect my gable grip. I'm going to keep my arm in contact with my forearm and move my head out of the way so that I can get my right hand into the bicep. And I'm going to continue going down here so that I can flex my left arm and bring it nice and high up to his lat. Once I've got it up on his lat here, I'm going to drop my chin over top of my arms, push him forward, get into a tripod, step over, and as I step over into mount, things are going to get tremendously tight. There are a couple things that we can do to make it even tighter if the person doesn't happen to tap at that point. The big thing is going to be sort of this rotational finish. So with my kind of rear naked choke grip here, my right hand is going to pull on my bicep, and I'm going to pull my right elbow around the corner. And then of course I can also squeeze. So one more time real quick from here. So I'm in top turtle, I drop my arm across the neck, bring my right arm around the corner and get my 3/4 Nelson. Again, my right hand is thumb pointed toward me. Gable grip, pry, pull that head underneath so that I tip him onto his side. And then I'm gonna walk just a little bit closer so that my head comes down to his hip and I punch my arm around the corner, getting my wrist flexed around that corner there. Now when I'm ready to go, I'm going to start to slide my hand down my elbow, and I get my head out of the way so I can bring my left hand to the top of his lat here. Now I push forward, get into a tripod, step over, it's getting super tight, and if I need a couple more things to make it even tighter, I'm going to retract my right elbow around the corner. I can flex my arms, I can actually squeeze, wasn't squeezing there, it's just the pressure from bending your elbow like this makes it pretty tight, but if you also squeeze your arms, it's going to make it quite a bit tighter. So for this week, 3/4 Nelson to the Darce in our Nogi classes.